I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. This is your San Francisco 49ers postgame recap on Niners Radio. Well, the game you saw Sunday Night Football on NBC, the 49ers starting off the second half of their slate of this 2022 schedule. The slate of the schedule coming after their bye week, defeat the LA Chargers in a rematch of Super Bowl 29. 22-16 at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. As the Niners overcame a deficit, they trailed and they were able to rally in the second half. The Niners had an effective ground attack. They held the Chargers to just only 2 first downs in the entire second half. Let's give you the game stats presented by Zenni. Zenni is the official eyewear for your San Francisco 49ers. The Niners, it was 12 first downs for the Chargers to the Niners 10. The Chargers were 6 out of 16 on third downs, and the Niners were 9 out of 17. Niners were 1 for 1 on fourth downs, while the Chargers were 0 for 1. The Niners 387 total yards of offense to the Chargers 238. 230 yards passing for the Niners to 187 for the Chargers. 157 yards rushing for the Niners to 51 for the Chargers. Total plays, Niners 70, Chargers 56. And then the Niners were 19 out of 28 in completion attempts. Chargers were 21 out of 37. And then both teams had 1 turnover each. Niners were penalized 5 times for 52 yards. Chargers were penalized once for 5 yards. Time of possession, Niners 36 minutes and 59 seconds to the Chargers 23 minutes and 1 second. And then look at the totals. Jimmy Garoppolo was 19 out of 28, threw for 240 yards. He also had 243 all-purpose yards. In Eli Mitchell returning for the first time since week 1, 18 carries, 89 yards with a 4.9 yard average on the ground. Brandon Ayuk, 6 catches for 84 yards. He had a touchdown averaging 14 yards per catch. Christian McCaffrey, 14 carries for 38 yards, averaging 6.2 yards or 2.7 yards. He caught 4 balls for 39 yards, averaging 9.8. 77 total all-purpose yards, averaging 4.2 yards per touch. Robbie Gould was 3 for 3 in field goals. He was 1 out of 2 in extra points. And then Mitch Wishnowsky punted 4 times, averaged 33 yards, and also he had a punt was also blocked as well. Justin Herbert was 21 out of 35 or 196 yards passing with a 73 quarterback rating. And then Keller had 6 carries for 24 yards. Herbert 5 carries for 22 yards, averaging 4.2 yards. DeAndre Carter targeted 4 times. He had 4 catches for 64 yards, averaging 16 yards per catch, a touchdown. So with the win, the Niners improved their record to 5-4. The Chargers fall to 5-4. And with that, also rounded week number 10 for the NFC East. Every team in the NFC, 2 came out. The Rams, the Seahawks fell to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the game in Germany, 21-16, the Buccaneers over the Seahawks. And then the Rams lose again. The struggling Rams lose to the Arizona Cardinals as the defending Super Bowl champs. They're now 3-6 as the reigning Super Bowl champs are sitting alone in the basement in the NFC West. And then Arizona is 4-6. And then you look at the Niners are 3-0 in the division. The Seahawks are 2-1. So this is where the Niners are starting to make their move. And just a reminder coming up. The next game for the 49ers, they'll be taking on the Arizona Cardinals for Monday Night Football. They will travel to Colorado Springs to get on either Tuesday or Wednesday to get their practice in. They'll practice in Colorado Springs. Then possibly on the night before the game on after their walkthrough, either on Saturday or Sunday, they'll travel to Mexico City, and they'll play the Cardinals on Monday Night Football. The kickoff time will be at 5:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. To catch that game on ESPN and locally on ABC7 with Joe Buck, Troy Aikman with the call, and on the Niners Radio Network with Greg Papa and Tim Ryan. And the Niners are tied with the Steelers for the most wins ever on Monday Night Football. And a reminder, the next home game for the San Francisco 49ers will be coming up. That will be in 2 weeks' time. That will be coming up on the 27th. On the 27th, November 27th, against the New Orleans Saints. That will be the wraparound on Thanksgiving weekend. It will be a bit. They'll take on the Saints at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And purchase your tickets for the next Niners home game and upcoming games at 49ers.com. And just that thing, the Niners, this is the first of 4 of the next 5 games will be at the Mecca, and 6 of their last 9 will be at the Mecca in Santa Clara. We hope you could join us for all the latest on 49ers news and so much more as they continue to up through their journey to the drive towards the NFL playoffs. Once again, the final score on Sunday, Niners beat the Chargers 22-16. For the latest news on 49ers news and so much more, go to 49ers.com. And Niners Radio has been in association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network. 49ers football, faithful to the Bay. Go Niners!